Good afternoon. Welcome to all who are on the other side, our audience, PNI Madrid chapter, our all chapters in Latin America, Buenos Aires, Nuevo Cuyo, Montevideo, El Salvador, Cajamar, Santa Cruz en Bolivia, Asunción, Perú, Venezuela, Guatemala, Córdoba en Argentina, y Quito. We also welcome the remaining chapters in Latin America invited to this presentation, all of you who are listening from Spain, from any corner of the world. We appreciate your interest and assistance. I'm Rafa Pagan, volunteer of the PNI Madrid, and together with our area manager, Jesus Vázquez, and our fellows, Jose Barato, Bernardo Muñoz, Luis Reyes, Jorge López, and Cristina Fernandez, we are pleased to present the interesting presentation of Baz Khinda, Discover the Power of AI with Microsoft Planner, Accelerator, Plus, and Marty, the Copilot. Sounds great. Title. First of all, many thanks, Baz, by your cooperation and for sharing your experience and knowledge with the subject as you present today. We are now registered about 150 attendees to the presentation from different countries. Thank you very much. This webinar focused on transforming and future-proofing their project management office, PMO, using a combination of Microsoft Planner Premium, Copilot, Wellingtone's Accelerator Plus, and Marty, an innovative AI PMO agent. And explain that in today's fast-changing business world, driven by AI, real-time visibility, and strategic delivery, traditional project management tools and spreadsheets are no longer sufficient. To remain competitive, PMOs need to evolve quickly and adopt smarter technology-driven approaches. During this webinar, attendees will see how Microsoft solutions and Wellington's tools integrate seamlessly to improve governance, resource management, and collaboration. Marty, the AI-powered PMO systems, brings automation, insights, and consistency, helping organizations become more agile, intelligent, and aligned with modern business needs. The session will also discuss the common challenges companies face when trying to mature their project delivery capability and demonstrate how leveraging the technology can unlock higher performance and strategic alignment. Through the live demos that we are going to enjoy of Planner Premium and Copilot, we will see how we are going to gain practical guidance and inspiration to build an AI-ready P&L designed for long-term success. Remember, we're talking about a strategy, not just machines, solution, tactical point of view, okay? We need to do a good impact on business performance. Our speaker, Baz Khinda, is an experienced Microsoft project consultant and a director of Wellingtone, a leading Microsoft PPM Gold partner. He also works closely with the Microsoft UK project team as a professional SSP, where he's often tasked with helping organizations address their PPM pains and increase their project management maturity. He has been directly involved in a significant number of implementation across a different array of organizations, spanning from private and also public sectors and numerous verticals. With this background, Baz is well-versed and educating organizations on the benefits they can realize through Microsoft. I want to remind my friends that with this webinar, you are going to obtain one PDU, being the report of this PDU achieved under your own responsibility. We will send you an email with the necessary instructions for reporting this PDU and its corresponding code. You can ask your question during the webinar on this platform. To later on the Q&A section, we will be delighted to answer those questions. Soon, also, you are going to have the webinar recording available on our YouTube channels, but you can also search from the chapter website. And without any further delay, I want to pass the mic to Beth, who is also talking and coming today with Elena, the Wellington's marketing director. Thank you to all of you guys for sharing your knowledge and experience today. Go ahead, my friends.
Thank you very much. And well, first of all, good evening. Thank you for having me today. My name is Baz Khinda. I have been involved in PMO since 2005, and I've been involved in Microsoft technology around project and planner since 2009. And I'm going to start by apologizing. I'm currently in the USA for the PMI Global Summit, and the Wi-Fi signal in my location is terrible. So just in case I get disconnected at any point, don't worry, I will come back, and my colleague Eleanor will fill in for me if required. But to save on bandwidth, I'm going to turn my camera off and just focus on the presentation. So you should be able to see my screen, and the session itself will take approximately 45 to 50 minutes. We will be doing some live Q&A at the end. And if anybody has any questions whilst I am presenting, please type them into the chat window, and my colleague Eleanor will answer questions as she can. So the agenda for today, I'm going to explain a bit about Wellingtone, who we are as a company. I will explain some of the benefits that you could gain by using AI, and then I will talk about the technology and provide a live demonstration. So first of all, Wellingtone, as the project management PMO specialist, we started back in 2001. We have 3 service areas. We've got technology, consultancy, and training. About the technology side, like I mentioned, we have been a Microsoft Gold project and portfolio management partner since 2009. And in 2024, we were recognized as being one of the top 4 partners in the world. And today, at around 9 o'clock in Spain, you will see a big announcement from Wellingtone on LinkedIn, because, well, there is a new ranking for the partner awards, and, well, we do really, really well. So that is that. And we have worked with lots of different customers. If you go to our website and you would go to wellington.es, you will see that we have lots of case studies talking about the work that we have done to help organizations improve their approach to project and portfolio management, especially through the use of technology. And I know that Copilot's really popular. We know that ChatGPT is really popular. People are really going crazy for AI. But the problem that many organizations make is that they think they can just turn it on. But no, I'll talk about that in a minute. First of all, if we talk about the benefits that AI can provide, well, AI can do many things for project managers and for PMO. AI can help you create project schedules. It can look at your existing plans, suggest improvements. From the PMO perspective, it can also help the PMO to recognize lessons learned and to predict risks that should be passed on to project managers to consider for their projects. But for AI to work, you need really good quality data. And some of you might be familiar with the really old saying, which is all to do with, hang on, let me get rid of this. I should have signed out. Okay, but AI needs really good quality data. If you don't have good data, you will get garbage in, garbage out. And there's a really good quote there from Gartner Insights, where they say that bad data leads to bad decisions. AI just makes them faster. I'm going to just log out of Microsoft Teams. Let me stop sharing my screen for 1 minute. And I'm just going to sign out so that we don't get any more disruptions from Teams. And apologies, I should have done this at the beginning. So let me share my screen again and start the presentation one more time. Okay, here we go. So Eleanor, if you could just give me a thumbs up that you can see my screen, that would be great.
Yes, we can
so
see.
Again, thank you very much, Eleanor. So again, there's a big point that AI, in order to work, needs good quality data. And the question for many of the organizations we work with is your PMO data ready for AI? And well, if we look at the research, what we tend to find is that many organizations are still using Microsoft Excel. Many organizations still do not have a centralized project management solution. And a lot of organizations, a lot of people spend more than one day manually collating project reports. That's a big waste of time because we could automate much of this through the use of the right technology. So again, just to summarize, if your data is not in one location, you've got missed opportunities. You've got lots of islands of data that are very disconnected. So if you do want to embrace AI, the first thing you need to do is to take all of your data from lots of Excel spreadsheets. Maybe you are using Smartsheets, Monday, Asana. You need to standardize onto one unified platform because AI needs a single source of truth. And that's not enough. All of your data needs to be captured in a consistent way. So the question for you guys is, what is your single source of truth today? Do you have one unified platform or are you using lots of tools? So let's talk about the foundation for AI in PMO. The very first thing we need to do is we need to centralize all of the data from Excel, Smartsheets, Asana, Monday into one solution. As a Microsoft partner, we would recommend a Microsoft solution, and I will talk about technology in just a few minutes. But first, we need to centralize the data into one unified single platform. And that in itself is a good start. But then we also need to ensure that all of the data is being captured in a standardized way. So we need to apply governance, we need to apply templates so that one project manager is onboarding their data in the same way as another colleague. And once you've got your data centralized, once you've applied templates, then you can enable AI. And that's what I'm going to talk about now. So in order to enable AI, we need to rely very much on technology. And the first thing I will say is that, look, if you are using spreadsheets, that is no good. Spreadsheets are very old-fashioned. They're not the way in which you should be managing project portfolios or operating PMOs. So if I talk about the technology, and there's a lot of change going on, and we were talking to Rafa about this before the webinar started. Rafa used to deploy Project Server, maybe Project Online, and I'm sure that many of you are familiar with Project Desktop. You might be familiar with Project Online and Project Server. Well, they are going, and really the focus for Microsoft now is around the brand new Microsoft Planner Premium. And what Microsoft are doing is streamlining their brands, and they're moving from Project to Planner. There was also a browser-based version of Project available called Project for the Web. That is becoming Planner Premium. Now, the biggest difference between Project for the Web and Planner Premium is that the new solution has Copilot built in to the schedule. And we will see an example of this when I do the demonstration. And unlike Project Online, which, by the way, is retiring in September 2026, which some of you might be familiar with, unlike solutions like Project Server, Project Online, which were really powerful all in one, the new solution is a bit like a Lego set. So Microsoft are now giving us the scheduling engine. They are giving us Planner Premium, and you can use that to build your project plans, to add tasks, to do some basic resource assignment. But in order to do everything else that you would normally do within a PMO, we need to switch on the Microsoft Power Platform as well. And we at Wellington have created the Accelerator Plus, which is a end-to-end project and portfolio management solution that gives you a lot of additional capability, everything you would need in order to successfully power your PMO. So again, Planner Premium and the Accelerator Plus is your project management solution. But then let's talk about Copilot and AI specifically. And I'm sure that many of you are familiar with Copilot. So Copilot is the AI assistant. It's like ChatGPT, but available within Microsoft 365. It's okay, but you have to go to Copilot. You need to ask questions and you get answers back. What many of you might not be familiar with are Copilot agents. So a Copilot agent is like a virtual resource. You give it a task, it will complete the task on an ongoing basis and keep providing updates back to you. So it's like having another person working in your PMO that's going to go away, complete tasks, and report back to you. And that is really the focus for today is Copilot Agent. Now, at Wellington, we are in the middle of launching a PMO Copilot agent called Marty. And Marty is called Marty because we run an annual event called Future PMO, which is modeled after Back to the Future. And we love Marty Reply. So Marty is our PMO agent. And I will be demonstrating this a bit later. But I'm going to move on now to the live demonstration where I'm going to put into practice everything that I've been talking about. So I'm going to start by showing you Planner Premium, which is almost the replacement for Project Desktop and Project for the Web. I'm also then going to show you what the Accelerator Plus looks like and how it can help you centralize your data and to run templates. And throughout the demo, I will be covering off Copilot and demonstrating how AI can really supercharge your approach to project management in the first place. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to share my screen and we are going to go into the brand new planner. I'm going to be using the Teams experience to demonstrate this because there's a lot of really cool things that I can showcase, which I think will really impress you generally, okay? So in order to do this, I will go in, create a new plan. We are going to use this preview option to plan with Project Manager, the AI-assisted planning and execution agent. Let's click into this. We will call this the PMI Madrid demo. I am going to add this plan to a Office 365 security group. We will add it to the Wellington group. And I'm now going to create my plan. But the plan is blank. There's nothing in there at all. But we are going to change that. We are going to use AI to build a schedule, and not just a boring schedule, something that's really exciting. So I'm opening up the Project Manager agent, and you can see that it can help me create a plan. So let's click on this, build a plan. Let's change the word. So build a plan to construct a space rocket to take us to Mars. Exciting, and something that is very complicated. But Copilot's going to make this a little bit easier. So I'm going to fire this away, and you can see that Copilot is now working on it. Well, I say Copilot, this is the Project Manager agent. It's building the plan, and you can see that it's already started outlining the schedule outline, and now it's building the plan. And look, everyone, we now have a draft plan to build a space rocket and to fly us to Mars. So look, mission planning, define mission objectives, rocket design, materials procurement, rocket assembly, testing and quality assurance, launch preparation, mission execution. It goes on and on. There's a lot in there. Now, I'm going to switch my view from the grid view to the board view, okay? And this is where it gets really exciting. So first of all, I'm going to demonstrate some of the different views. Let's go in and look at buckets. This is a list of all of the tasks that the Project Manager agent has just created. But look, it's also created buckets and grouped the tasks, which is really, really nice. But let me go back to Project Manager. Now, what I could do at this point is I could start assigning tasks to somebody like Rafa. And I'm sure that Rafa would do an amazing job. But we're not going to assign anything to Rafa yet. We are going to start assigning tasks to the Project Manager agent. This is the AI agent that's going to start working on these items. We want it to define the mission risks. We are going to see what else it can do. So finalize the rocket blueprints. Let's see what else is in there. There's a really good one around maybe the trajectory to enter the orbit of Mars. I'm going to see if that is here. Execute Mars approach and landing. Right. I have assigned a number of tasks to the Project Manager agent. Now, this is going to take maybe 2 or 3 minutes to complete. So what I will do is very quickly go to an existing plan that I created. I think this was maybe last week. And within this, in fact, now it's already started completing some of the tasks. So let me go back in. Okay. So I asked Copilot or the project manager agent to define the mission objectives. If I click into this, you can see that it's already completed that task to 75%. So it's not 100% complete, but a lot of the work has been done. So I defined a clear, actionable, and measurable mission objective for this particular project. It's define the objectives, complete design, assembly, and testing, achieve safe and reliable Mars launch, transit, and landing. You can see that it's done a lot of the work that would have taken a human person many, many days, if not weeks, to complete. Now, what I could do, because this is only partially complete, I could click into this and say, actually, I need a colleague, maybe Adele, to go and start working on this and picking up the content that's already been generated by the project manager agent and taking it to the finish line. Okay. So I'm going to assign that now to Adele. And if I logged in as Adele, I would see that I've been given a new task, which is really, really good. Now, sometimes the project manager agent might look at your task and say, you have not provided enough detail. If that is the case, it would take the task and put it into this section, needs your input, and then the project manager agent would ask me lots of questions, which I would respond to, and then it would go ahead and complete that particular item. I will very quickly go into a previous demonstration and showcase something slightly different. Let's go into, I think it was this one maybe. Let me go in and see if this was the plan. Yes, okay. So this is the same type of project plan that I constructed using, again, the project manager agent. This was last week. And you can see it's the same type of thing around Mars, conduct trajectory analysis. So let's go to the board. It's slightly nicer in this view. But if I go into the task that's been completed by Copilot, you can see that it gets really, really complicated with its response. And it even starts giving me code to do some transfer calculations. You can see the power of Copilot. It's really, really powerful. And I'm going to close this now. But what I will do is go to one other plan. In fact, let me go back to the one that we created. Here is another task that Copilot has just created or completed partially. It's almost ready. It's still loading up. So let me just go away. I will open up instead a project plan on a different topic that was created recently as well. And I'm going to demonstrate some additional capability that we have available through the project manager agent. So instead of building a plan, which is what we've already done, we are going to let this load in just a few seconds. And once it does load, I can then start asking questions about the project. In fact, one of the questions that I can ask for, or one of the tasks I can assign the project manager agent, is to provide a status report for the plan. So click into this, give me a status report for this plan, fire this away. And in a similar plan, what it will do now is actually build a status report. It's finishing it up. It's working on my request. And any second now, it will populate the answer into the window. And let me just remind you that we are going to do a live Q&A session at the end. So if you have got any questions, please type them up, put them into the chat window, and we will then respond to them towards the end of this presentation. But you can see it started generating my status report, overall plan status. It's now finalizing the report. And by the way, if I go here and view the report, it will eventually also place the status report in this section. So it's currently generating. And again, apologies if this is not loading very quickly. The reason it's not loading very quickly is because my Wi-Fi is really, really poor. Because I'm in America. If you haven't joined in, I'm in America getting ready for the PMI Global Summit. And I've picked a hotel that has the world's worst Wi-Fi. Okay, there is my report that was generated now. It's an old one. Let's just go into that. Let's see if this loads up. It might load up, might not. Executive summary. Okay, so this is an older example, but it's the same thing. So there is the status. The project is on track. We've also got a chart that will eventually load up. And by the way, if this does not load up during the webinar, not a problem. My colleague Eleanor will take some screenshots and send them as a written follow-up to this session. But you can see the power of Copilot, incredibly powerful. We can do so much. So what I've showcased so far was simply the Planner Premium interface, which is where you go in and build your schedule. Now, if you are working in a PMO, of course, you want to do more. You want to define project templates. You probably want to define stage gates. You want people to work in the same way. You want people to onboard things like risks and issues. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate now as I go in and demonstrate the Accelerator Plus. So this is just refreshing. So give me one moment. Let me refresh that page. In fact, let me close that down and let me restart my demo environment. It might load a bit faster. Please keep your fingers crossed. Loading. Let this load. Eleanor, whilst I'm waiting for this to load, do we have any questions that I should maybe cover off now?
Yeah, sure. We have a few of them. One of the things that I was now typing the answer is like, is it possible to have the presentation? Yes, we will share the presentation with PMI Madrid, and they are going to be able to share it with you guys, or we can also add it to our website so you can download it. One of the first questions that we have, Baz, is can we have templates like projects so the AI agent start working from that? There is always a bit of delay with Baz at the moment because of his Wi-Fi. Baz, can you hear us?
Sorry, Eleanor, could you please repeat?
Yes. Oh, I think he's gone. But yeah, so okay, Baz is back. Baz, can you hear us? You're on mute. I really apologize to everyone because this is not the way we would love to have this interaction. So while Baz join us, yeah, we can have we can work with templates like Project Baz. He will show you later, and I will ask him again this question so he can deep in and give you all the answers. In terms of can the agent identify by providing the profiles of the project members whether there are any training gaps or suggest any necessary options? Baz, are you there? We can see your screen.
Yes, Eleanor, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. So I'm gonna repeat the first question.
Great,
Baz.
Eleanor. No, Eleanor, I was just going to say, because the Wi-Fi is a little bit weak, I will continue with the demo,
that's perfect.
And then we can do Q&A at the end. Is that okay?
That's perfect. No worries.
Thank you. Only because I don't want to disrupt the demo. It's unstable Wi-Fi, so let me complete this so that people can at least get the value from the session, I hope. Okay, so previously what I demonstrated was how you can use AI to build a project schedule. We built the plan to construct a space rocket that would take us all the way to Mars, which is really exciting. Of course, a one-way trip. You will never fly back. But what I'm going to demonstrate now is how you can use AI within the context of the project and portfolio management space. And if you remember the slide deck that I had at the beginning, I said that AI, you cannot just switch it on. You need to capture all of your data in one place, and you need to ensure that that data is captured in a consistent way. So that's what I'm going to focus on now. This is the Accelerator Plus. This is the Power App that we have created within Microsoft 365. And this extends Planner Premium, which will become apparent shortly. here on the homepage, I've got lots of information linked to the portfolio. But if I open the menu on the left-hand side, you can see that we have lots and lots of options. We can build pipeline for the projects. We can capture project ideas. We can do prioritization. We can get live views of the portfolios in their entirety. We can also automate reporting using Power BI, but we can also capture things like risks, actions, issues. There's a lot that we can do within this specific platform. Now, because of time constraints, what I will do is go straight to the project view, and I'll demonstrate how we've extended what you can do with Planner Premium using the Accelerator Plus. So this is loading. This will only take a short period of time, fingers crossed. But once this does load, you will see a view of all of the active projects that we have within the environment. And then I will talk a bit about the templates linked to this. Again, I apologize for the delay. The Wi-Fi is, it's on strike. It's refusing to work properly. Pretty soon you should see my project list load up, and then I will demonstrate how you can get live visibility of all the projects in one place. I will also then drill down into an active project and show you how we are able to standardize the data capture and then leverage the power of AI over and above that. Let me just copy this URL. I'm going to go into a different tab and try this in another tab as well. And hopefully this will load. Eleanor, can you still see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. So I was saying apologize to everyone.
You can see it, okay.
Yeah, usually well, this
at least something's working.
Super fast.
Just waiting for this to load up. Yes, in the real world, you would have no performance issues whatsoever. Because again, the application is hosted entirely within Microsoft 365. And because it's all within Microsoft 365, it's super quick, just like any other application within your organization. Let me attempt this one more time. And again, I can only apologize for the performance issue that I'm encountering. Highly unexpected. But Eleanor, whilst we are waiting for this to load, it might be worth going into Q&A.
Yes. So one of the first questions was, can we have templates like project so the AI agent can start working from that?
Yes, you can. To be honest, templates can be applied in different ways. And one of the options that we have, okay, this is loading. One of the options that I have, my Wi-Fi seems to have really come to life now. So I will continue with the demo, but in short, yes, we can apply templates, which are projects Eleanor. So Eleanor, I'm hoping that you can still see my screen. So what I will do is talk about this view really quickly. Here I see a list of all active projects within this environment. Now, around this, we do have security and governance. So if I log in, I might be able to see all of the projects. If Eleanor logs in or Rafa logs in, they might only see their projects and not everything else within the portfolio. And we can also customize the views as well. But if I now go into one of the active initiatives, the COO Health Assessment Tool project, this is an example of how we can standardize the capture of data against projects. So this is loading up, and you should be able to see the title of the project. So there we are, the COO Health Assessment Tool. And beneath this, you will see that we have lots and lots of tabs. All of these tabs are based upon templates that we can predefine to ensure that when a project manager goes in and they've applied a specific template and specified maybe as an example the level of complexity, the system system knows what information is to be collected. It knows what the stage gate process is that should be linked to the project as well. So everything you see now, we can standardize. And as well as what we have here, we of course have things like risks, actions, issues, decisions, any log you would need to successfully manage your projects, we can basically create and have listed here. And we're then collecting all of the data in the same way from one person to another person, which is really, really good. Now, to demonstrate how we extend Planner Premium, I'm going to click in the Task tab. And what you will see load up is the project plan that is being supported by Planner Premium. So this is just in the process of loading. You can see the logo, and you will see that we have a schedule that is very similar to the schedule that we built earlier using the Project Manager Copilot agent. It's just loading up. There we go. So there's the grid view of my project. I can also access the board-based view as well. I can also go in and access a timeline view of my project plan. And just to link this back to Planner Premium, if I have this opened up here, but if I open this up in Planner, let me pull this out as a separate tab, you will see that it's the same project plan that's loading up in this new tab as what I've got there in the background. And I will demonstrate really quickly that if I make any changes here, that the same changes apply to the Accelerator Plus as well. Although, again, as with a few other areas of this demo today, because of the Wi-Fi, I might need to pause that and maybe come back to it a little bit later because it is being a tiny bit slow. But what I'm going to do now is talk about the power of Copilot in the context of the wider data set that is now available through the Accelerator Plus. So in Premium, I was asking questions about the schedule, whereas now I'm going to ask questions about the portfolio as a whole. So I'm going to ask Copilot to show me a list of projects that have not been updated in the last 20 days. Elena, you can see the question that I've typed in. Just give me a thumbs up or something. I think you can. So I'm going to now fire this away. And you can see the Copilot is working on my question. And this is really the power of having all of your data in one centralized location. It means that instead of having to look at a report to get the answers to some of the questions you might have, we can simply ask Copilot, and Copilot will go and look at the entire data set and provide those responses back to the person asking those questions. It's still working on it at the moment, so this should not, I hope, take too long. But in light of how Wi-Fi is performing, I think I will complete this part of the demonstration. And what I will most likely do is try, if I can, to showcase a tiny bit of Marty, the PMO agent. If that is not possible, I will then go back to my slide deck and talk about next steps generally. And of course, one of the things we would love to offer you guys are personalized demonstrations when we've got better Wi-Fi connections. And yeah, so we can provide those live demonstrations, and that would give you a much better appreciation of how this solution works in its entirety. But look, it did finally give me the answer. So I asked for a list of projects that have not been updated in the last 20 days, and it's given me a list of some of those items. I can also go and show them all on a single page, which is quite nice. So this is now loading up. And again, it's always a bit dangerous when things have to load and the Wi-Fi is not great, but we will see how we get on. And in the meantime, oh, no, here we go. There is the complete list of projects that have not been updated. I'm going to extend my view very slightly by clicking on Edit Columns. And again, this just demonstrates really the power of the solution. So we will bring in the modified on date. I'm also going to on the project manager. I'm also getting projects in as well, and I'm going to press apply, and a list of the projects grouped with some of the other columns next to them, and it provides a really rich insight. And because of some of the integration that we've got with Microsoft Teams as well, what it means is that we are able to then very quickly go and have a conversation with the project managers. This, of course, being a demo environment, it's not fully lighting up in the way that it would in the real world. But if I know that this is the project manager managing this project and it has not been updated since October, the 10th of October, I can click on the name and open up Teams and have a conversation with that person. So hopefully this gives you some insights into how we can bring some of the data together. I will also demonstrate really quickly the ability for us to be able to go in and export all of this information into Power BI using a whole series of standardized reports. I'll very quickly go into the portfolio dashboard. This is loading up. And again, this is not the focus for the demo for today. The demo focuses very much on AI, but I thought I would very quickly show you the types of reporting that we can also generate. And what I might do is just let that work in the background, thanks to the Wi-Fi. And in the meantime, I am going to try and demonstrate Marty. So Marty is the PMO Copilot agent. And if I explain the use case, imagine I have logged in as the head of PMO. I am able to go through and look at all of the projects that we have within the environment. And as soon as this list loads up, I'm going to select a project that one of the project managers is working on. I'm then going to ask Marty to generate some example risks that the project manager should consider for inclusion within their risk log. And we can see that we've got one example project here. So I've loaded up the project. I want Marty to generate risks for this project. Brief seconds. I should be able to click on this button. Yes, I want to ask Marty to help me generate some risks for a project that a project manager is managing. And I can then look at what is suggested. I can edit the proposed examples, and I can then push them on to the project manager to consider for inclusion into their project plan, which is quite a nice thing to do. So it's working on this task at the moment. I'm going to go back and see if the report is loaded. It has partially. It's still loading in the background, but you can see that we've got reporting whereby we can go in, establish filters, but then we can also see the total project count. We can see how many high priority risks and issues we have. I can also get a live view of all of the data in one location. So this is not manual reporting. This is automated fully. And the report types we can get there really, really rich. We can cover off all bases of reporting that you would imagine generally. Okay, let me just go back to Marty. No, Marty is not going to work because of the Wi-Fi speed that we have in the background, I believe, although I will leave that there. And I think, Eleanor, what I'm going to do is just go back to the slide deck in about 30 seconds and then talk about how people might be able to access more information and how they can register for a better demonstration than what I've been able to provide today. Again, I blame Wi-Fi. I am an expert. I have been doing this for a long time, but Wi-Fi has let me down today, for which I apologize. This is not how we want a demonstration to come across. We want it to be slick. And of course, with great internet, it would be very slick. Okay, that's working. I'm going to go to my slide deck and I'm going to talk about next steps. And Eleanor, because my Wi-Fi is a little bit poor, I'm not sure people can hear me clearly. So Eleanor, do you want to talk about the planner course that we have available and just provide a few more details? Thank you.
Yes, for sure. So first of all, apologize everyone. They should have been like a really smooth demonstration, as Baz has said, but please feel free to book a personalized demo so we can do it and we can show you the power of AI within Microsoft. So as Baz was saying, we have the only Microsoft Planner training course that has been accredited by a professional body of knowledge like the APM, the Association for Project Management, that is based in the UK. And you can book a little bit. You can book some time with me or with Baz to talk about a little bit about this course and about what can Planet do for you, because now we know that project is retiring. I'm not sure if Baz is available now for doing more questions. I hope he is. I have everything written here, but in case he has to leave because the signal is not good, I will provide answers to Rafa to every single question.
I am here, but the audio unfortunately keeps cutting out.
Okay, so I think well, what Baz is showing now.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so what Baz is showing now is a website where our website where you can have more information about what can the Accelerator Plus do for you, and how can we do your smooth transition from Project Online to Microsoft Planner Premium. And Baz, if you're ready, I would like to start with questions because there are some questions here. But before I get into it, I have to say that there was a really nice comment from Patricia that says, the merge with BI dashboard is just a dream. And yes, it is, Patricia. Having everything in the same hub, it makes your life so easy that you cannot imagine. Even we in the marketing team, we use the Accelerator Plus and Power BI for managing our campaigns. So it's very, very useful. So we answer about the templates. We say, yes, we can do templates. We can do it in different ways with Microsoft Planner Premium and within the Accelerator Plus. But can the agent identify, by providing the profiles of the project members, whether there are any training gaps and suggest any necessary options?
Yes, it can. So when it comes to Copilot, generally, we've got a fair few options. First of all, Copilot, one of the things I should have pointed out, if you are asking questions relating to data but you do not have permission to view, Copilot will not provide that response, okay? It will be security trends. But Copilot is evolving and our offering is evolving as well. So yes, we can template things up, and if somebody needs tailored responses or there's a identification where somebody might benefit from a bit of training, things could be highlighted back to the PMO to assist with that.
And well, is it possible to set resources calendar?
That's a really good question. So out of the box with Planner Premium, there are some options for resource calendars to be set up. So certainly if you want to apply country calendars, if you want to account for things like public days, if you want to account for people working part-time, then you can go around that.
Okay. And
Eleanor, I can also see, sorry, Eleanor, I was going to say, I can see that there's a really good question here asking what is the difference between Planner and Project Online. So I was going to maybe answer really quickly.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
What I will say about Project Online, it's a great solution. We have been supporting it since it was launched back in 2013, but it was built on SharePoint 2013 and is starting to look very dated. But of course, the big news is that in September 2026, Project Online is going to retire. Now, from organizations that we have helped migrate from Project Online to the Excel Plus and Planner Premium, the feedback has been From a scheduling perspective, Planner Premium is not as powerful as Project Desktop, but we now have AI capability. And if I think about the Project Online PWA project site experience, it's a little bit disjointed, it's a little bit siloed, whereas the Accelerator Plus, as an example, provides a more joined up experience and people prefer it. So the level of adoption premium for the Accelerator Plus is significantly higher than what we've ever experienced with Project Online. I hope that answered your question.
Sorry, I was on mute. There is one in our question panel that say, does Planner currently have all the functionality available in Project Online? Will it connect to the Project Professional desktop?
That's a really good question again. So there is no link between Planner Premium and Project Desktop. The two do not talk to each other. The only time to not even Project Desktop, but to an MPP file is to import that object into Planner Premium. But otherwise, there is no link between the two.
Okay. And another question is why I'm not able to copy information from a document and paste it in Planner, or import or export from project files like WPA.
Okay, so I might need a bit more context around your question, but yeah, so I might need a bit more text around that particular
So, for
question.
example,
I think you're asking, is it possible to? Yes.
So imagine that you have a Word with all the with all your you know, your tasks and everything. Is it possible to copy and paste?
You can do some copy and paste into Planner Premium and certainly the Accelerator Plus. But one of the benefits that we've also got with the solution, I'll talk about a slightly different benefit, is that if you are collecting lots of data, like a business case, something else within the Accelerator Plus, you have the option of exporting that information into a Word document that is fully branded. You have a Word document status report and send it to a senior stakeholder or to a client. You can do that by exporting the information by simply selecting one template. I don't know if that answered your question. I don't think it did. But look, if anything that I'm explaining is not coming across in the right way, then we will, Elna and I will look at all the questions.
Yeah.
We'll compile them. We'll provide responses to everything.
Yeah. So another question is, will Microsoft Planner connect to Project Professional Desktop? If not, is there a way to migrate projects from desktop to Planner Power Up environment? I know this is not the focus of the webinar, but
yes. I will say briefly, yes, there is an option to migrate from Project Desktop, from Online to the Premium. But again, if you want to discuss that in greater detail, with Elna will connect you with the right person, and we can talk to you about the options available.
Yes. And then I think it's the last question. It has, it's not even a question, it's a comment. It has been so interesting. I use Planner, but never try AI in my projects, and combined with platform is amazing. I will do definitely. And who knows, Accelerator Plus, let's see. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for engaging with us. As we said, like maybe sorry,
I will.
Sorry.
Sorry, I was just going to say that there are different versions of it. And Eleanor, we have published some really interesting videos on our YouTube channel. One of which talks about the change project for the web to Planner Premium, and we talk about the of plan. And we did also last week on the same topic as today, which provides a really good demonstration. Again, we are wrapping up. Thank you to everyone for part. I can only apologize to why I'm happy to repeat this session live and do so when I'm back in the United Kingdom and I've got really good Wi-Fi. But Elna, I'll hand over to you.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Sorry, Rafa. Baz, is it possible for you to share the screen where you have our contact details so people can just contact us if they have any other questions? And I have a question for Rafa. Is it possible for us to send you the slides so you can send them over to them because we don't have their details?
Absolutely. If you want to submit the slides, we can arrange for the distribution of them to the attendees. Absolutely.
I think that would be very helpful.
Yes, I think so, because it has been a great presentation. When I didn't really, to be honest, was expecting so much incredible detail in Planner. It doesn't really look Planner at all. You have put so many functionalities. That is amazing. Even you integrated with the AI. That's fantastic. With Power BI, that was a really good, great to the capabilities of Planner. Absolutely. So it's a very nice value proposal for managing the portfolio in a single way to have that integrated point of view. Absolutely. And I'm sure that you have done a very nice job, and for that reason, you have been nominated and a finalist for the award program from Microsoft. So, absolutely, thank you, congratulations.
Last year we were finalist, and this year, let's see at 8 p.m. what they say. But yeah, so there is a lot that Microsoft can do for you right now. It's not everything ending with Project Online. There is future, and there is a bright future with Marty, with the PMO, because it's also important for people to know. I think that is something, I'm not sure if Baz has mentioned it, but the beauty of Marty is that all the information, every question you ask, every information you search on Marty is about your project. It's not going outside, searching for information and sharing the information of your project worldwide. So all the AIs can learn about your company and everything. But it's only using the information within your company. So it's safe, which is something that most of organizations are now scared about. It's like, yeah, we want to use AI, but how we're going to use it? Is it going to be secure? So yes, with Marty, everything is going to be secure, and the PMO is going to have a real helper there. So yes, keep an eye on what we're sharing. I'll share some links or videos, Rafa, and also this presentation so you can have it. And please, if you need more information, just contact us in info@wellington.es or just write to me, elena.lara@wellington.es. I will put it in the chat. Just message me and we will...
Elena, ¿vamos a despedirnos en castellano?
¿Ya? Por supuesto.
Pues muchísimas gracias de nuevo, Elena y Baz, y sobre todo a todos los asistentes, ¿no?, por compartir este conocimiento y experiencia fantástica con todos nosotros. Ahora volvemos al inglés porque está aquí Baz, ¿no? Remember, the next webinar will be on December the 16th. Gloria J. Miller will present her webinar, Leveraging Serious Gains for Strategic Decision-Making in Project and Portfolio Management, Agile versus Traditional Dilemmas. As always, we will publish the details shortly on our social media and on the chapter's website, where you can find the registration links. We are waiting you for in December. Gloria, greeting, Beth and Elena. This is your home. I wish you a good evening and see you later. Bye bye. Thank you, my friend. Cuidado muchísimo y nos vemos en diciembre. Gracias a todos.
Nos vemos en diciembre. Un abrazo.
Gracias, amigos. Chao.